What would it mean to you, and would you like to go into the WWE Hall of Fame at some point?
Well, I've always wondered about that, and I've talked to people about it. There is no Hall of Fame. Where is it? There's no, but I have close personal friend of mine, and everybody knows who I'm going to talk about, Howard Finkel, the announcer, the world famous announcer. Him and I were best of friends. We started out in the same arena, New Haven Coliseum. He started out as an announcer, and I started out as a referee the same night. But that's another
Wow.
story. And he used to talk to me about the Hall of Fame, and when it was in its infancy. And he said, eventually everybody will be in the Hall of Fame. But now what's happened is they won't or don't want to spend a lot of money to bring like myself in, a couple of my family members, put me up and all that stuff. They'll wait till you pass on across, and then they'll put you in posthumously, and it won't cost them as much. Now that's a
That's
harsh
pretty
thing to
grim.
say. That's a harsh thing to say, but you look at who's being inducted, and you see that there are a lot of people who aren't with us no more that are being inducted, and they're using the term, uh, they're trying to make it seem like, wow, we missed them, we should have done it before, but I know the truth, and you know the truth. It's a cost effectiveness, and that's all this business is about now is money. That's my
Well, do
opinion.
yeah. Wow, I'd never heard someone with that opinion before, but yeah, that's crazy. You think even like I suppose like how do rich people get rich?
That's
They
right.
make tough decisions and they just try to save at every inch they can. But so that's a no then basically. Anyway, it
Yeah.
doesn't interest
Well,
you or
one way or the other, they could put me in as a referee. They could put me in with the Hart Foundation. They can put me in as Dangerous Danny Davis. So there are options. Look at Earl Hebner. Look at Dave Hebner, who just crossed over. Who left us last year. Uh, I don't get it. I don't get it. And that is it. So that's my answer. And I could be wrong, but that's the way I feel. But I've been in this business around that business for a long time, my friend, and I can see a lot of
yeah,
things that people don't. And a lot of people don't want to believe that, but I think that's true.
yeah. Do you watch it at all these days, or how do you consume wrestling? Like, what way is it in your life?
Well, I watch. The thing about it with me is I watch uh, very little, if any. Well, what I did a couple of years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I watched it, and I, said, well, it's, the kids, but they're pushing the same people, and 3 years later, I turn the TV on. It's the same people with a different image. I said they're the
Yeah,
same guys, and they keep rehashing them and rehashing them. And the other day, I turned it on, and they're still there. The same guys being put over and everything else. John Cena. I mean, I love everybody. Don't get me wrong, but John Cena, and they're still putting him over. I mean, what the